Hi, Chris Matten here from PricewaterhouseCoopers, reporting from the 20th Anniversary Risk Minds Conference in Amsterdam. And I'm talking this morning with Eduardo Canabarro. Now, Eduardo, I think you've been coming to this conference, for about 12 years now? And so what are your observations on how the conference has evolved over that time?
It's amazing. I mean, these 12 years, so many things have changed in risk management. And this conference has always been a place where you come here every year and you find the people that are kind of leading those initiatives, both in the industry as well as in the regulatory world. And it has been really a tremendous place to come, to get the ideas, to understand what's going on, and also to contribute to the debate. And I've been here of the last 12 years. I have been 11 years of the 12, and has been lots of times speaking in the conference, other times just kind of here listening, and have learned a lot in this place, and intend to be coming here in the next 20 years.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I was going to ask you that. And in terms of this year's conference, so what are you going to be talking about?
So this year we're going to be talking about stress testing. Stress testing is a very current theme in the US. The Federal Reserve has been...
So this is the CCAR stress test?
This is the CCAR stress test.
Okay.
And we have been participating in CCAR for 5 years now, and it's a tremendous process. I mean, I think it has added a great amount of credibility to the US banking system, and we have learned a lot through the process. And I'm going to be sharing with people here, since Europe now is going to go into their own stress test in a new phase. I think it's going to be, there's a lot to be learned from how the process has worked in the US, both in the positive side and the negative side. I'm going to be talking about some of that.
Okay, and in terms of one or two tips for people to take away, what would you suggest?
Well, I think the one of the things I'm going to say is that more important than the numbers that we get in the stress test, the results themselves, is really the discipline that the process imposes in the banks, the building of the infrastructures, the engagement of the senior management, the engagement of the boards. That has been, in my view, a fundamental change in the way risk management is done, and I think this process contributes a lot for that.
And do you think the European banks will now be able to catch up more quickly? Because given all the experience you've had, obviously when you do these things for the first time, you make mistakes, you learn as you go along. And if the European banks can copy that, do you think they'll be able to get to where you are now in less than 5 years, or do you think it will take them 5 years?
Well, we hope so. We hope that by sharing this experience, and I'm pretty sure that the regulators in the US are sharing experience with their counterparts in Europe, we hope that the process here is going to leapfrog the process in the US. Of course, I mean, I think Europe is a little bit more complicated. There are more kind of political issues involved in the stress test. The US is a simpler kind of a framework, but I think there's a lot to be learned, and I hope that this process can leverage each other in terms of learning and benefits.
So you're going to be sharing some tips of
We're going to be sharing, exactly, and I think this is going to be very useful, in particular for the institutions here in Europe that are going to be going through this process now over the next couple of years. I think if they can learn from their US counterparts, I think there's a lot to be learned there.
Eduardo, thank you very much indeed. Thank
you very much.